And Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good! Kyrie Irving from downtown!
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Tap Room Sports Podcast. I am your host, Jordan. Stacks on stacks, lads. Joined with my guys, as always, Swerving Irving Washington, the Nirvana hoodie, Big Ball and Ben Larson.
Not in a racist hat. I'm sorry.
Nah, that's a Guardians hat now.
It's an Indians hat.
It doesn't have Chief Wahoo on it. I still have a Cleveland Indians hat with Chief Wahoo on it, but it doesn't fit my head because it's from like 2006, somewhere around then. It's very old. But man, that's like a vintage piece now, dude.
Oh yeah.
But how we doing tonight, fellas? How we doing?
Doing good. Can't complain. Another
Getting
cold night in the slums of South Central.
You guys still have hell snow down there, don't you?
Oh no, I'm below the Hollywood side. I'm good.
Well, I know, but just out there, it's still.
Oh yeah. It's gonna
AKA
be. I think
it's still cold
I think
as
it
fuck.
might come. I think it might be some more this weekend. They were saying.
Damn, it's hella warm. It was warm out here today in Vegas. Because usually our weather is like pretty similar to whatever it is in Southern California. Today it was like 65, sunny. I was out there chilling, dude. Didn't even need a jacket.
Well, you was sunbathing.
Nah, I wasn't sunbathing because I was wearing a long sleeve jersey. So I do need a sunbathe. Look how white I am right now, dog. I'm like pale, dude.
I gotta chill out on the candy.
Black don't crack, but it gets pimples, I guess.
Every now and then.
Man, what a day today. What a fucking day. We had a lot of NFL news drop. Just an absolutely wild day on Twitter, dude. If you're on
Anthony
Twitter.
Davis, make your fucking free throws.
Oh, Lakers, hopefully they lose.
Oh no, we up by 7 with 1:04 left. We lose this game, I'm gonna break my computer.
Let's not do that. We are in the midst of conference tournaments. Gonzaga wins another WCC title. That's
On
like
their way. Wait, no, they might be going to the Big 12. They're still in the.
Yeah, it's in the talks.
Yeah.
Northern Kentucky won the Horizon League tournament. That was a great game. College of Charleston, they won the CAA title. So we're punching tickets. We got 9 tickets punched. We are heading towards March Madness. I'll be on Monday breaking down the NCAA bracket. Hopefully Irv will be able to make it. I don't know if Ben will be able to, but
Yeah,
I would. I'll be the clown in the back, just like not saying a thing, just dancing.
I do have a special guest coming on though. So it'll be a fun show, man. It'll be fun. We'll be filling out brackets, going through them. Very excited for the tournament this year. We're in the midst of some games right now. Manhattan Jaspers, they were down 17 to start the second half, and last I checked, it was a 4-point game. I don't know where it's at now. That's in the MAAC conference. We got the WAC conference going on. We got the WAC conference, Utah Tech and SF Austin. We got Big West tourney going on, Long Beach State and Cal Poly, and then the Big Sky about to wrap up. They got Montana State and Weber State going head to head. So we'll be in the midst of these games during this show. Try to keep you posted as we go along. But we had some NFL news drops, so we got to talk about the NFL news today. Daniel Jones signs his contract 5 years, $160 million. That's $40 million AAV. Although the Giants do have an out after 2 years.
Wait, 4 years, right?
2 years. They can get out of it at 2 years.
No, the 4-year deal, right?
The 4-year
deal,
but it's
160
front-loaded,
million.
though, and
Yeah.
it guarantees is only 80-something million.
Yeah.
So basically, only the first 2 years are guaranteed.
Yeah, they can get it's similar to what the Raiders gave Carr. Minus the whatchamacallit, the no trade clause.
Mm-hmm.
So they can get out of it pretty easily. But what's your thoughts on this? Because, me personally, like, I know the market for a quarterback is like $40 million a year, but like I'm sitting here like, all right, dude, Daniel Jones had one good year in his entire fucking career. This is a Giants team that didn't even pick up his 5th-year option. You know what I mean? Like, they wouldn't even be in this circumstance if they picked up the 5th-year option. They didn't. They let it play out. He had a decent year. I wouldn't say he had a phenomenal year, a great year. They played a lot of bad teams. They beat a lot of bad teams, and they lost to a lot of good teams. And he looked like shit against a lot of good teams. And they gave him $40 million a year. What's your guys' thoughts on this contract?
It's an upgrade for the Saints because they needed it. Because
No, Daniel Jones, not Derek Carr.
Daniel Jones. It's just something that the Giants had to do because they're stuck in purgatory. They're not gonna mortgage their future and trade up for a QB this draft unless one falls to him and he can learn under Daniel Jones for the next couple of years. But it is a move they had to do, even though they've had a dog shit schedule. They overachieved one more games they were supposed to. Now Brian Dabble gonna see what he can build with Daniel Jones at the helm for the next 2 seasons. And if it doesn't work out, they could cut his ass and move on.
What do you think, Ben?
I mean, it's just it's a lot of money for a subpar QB. I don't think they could have gotten anyone better. But it just their bigger problem is with Barkley, and they put a franchise tag on him. I think you spend more of that money on someone to replace Barkley than you do with $40 million on Daniel Jones.
Well, whichever one they didn't franchise, they're franchising the other one. It makes sense to franchise tag your running back because running back, the lifespan isn't a long time.
Yeah.
My thing with Daniel Jones is like, you and Irvin make good points. Like, they're not going to be in purgatory or whatever. But I mean, dude, this is a guy that literally threw for 3,205 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. He only threw for 15 touchdowns, dude. That's one. He averaged less than 1 touchdown a game, right?
When he had more options this year and last year than he ever has before, and he didn't do anything.
I would say that the Giants' skill position players were dog shit this year. Like, I will give him that. So if you want to say hey, like, he didn't have good skill position players, like, if we upgrade the skill position, then maybe he'll be better. Okay, I could take that. However, Giants fans are quick to point out, well, look how Brian Dable turned it around. Well, okay, if Brian Dable turned that around, why not go with a rookie QB getting a quarter of what he's making if you think Brian Dable's the reason why Daniel Jones is good? You know what I mean? Why pay a quarterback $40 million when their defense was atrocious, bro? We watched them against Minnesota, and we watched them against Philadelphia in the playoffs, dude. They gave up they won that game against Minnesota because Minnesota happened to have a worse defense than them. You know what I mean? Both of them have bad defense. And then the fucking Eagles ran ramshot all over them the following week in the playoffs. Like, this is a team that if you're paying Daniel Jones $40 million of your cap and you expect him to carry you in the playoffs and carry you to win games, like, this is not built for success. I'm sorry, it's not. And their defense isn't good enough. And now you are relying on drafting defensive players, right? And having to have an elite defense back him up. And they're going to have a harder schedule this year.
Yeah.
The Giants are fucked, dude. What happens if the Giants finish the season 3-13 and Daniel Jones has a dog shit year? Then what?
They're going to have to draft a QB and he going to have to be a $40 million backup.
Okay, so what if they finish 5-12 and they're like 4th to draft? They miss out on Caleb Williams. They miss out on Drake May. Then what?
Damn.
Yeah, but if you're in that position, I think you have to trade up. And
sure, but I mean, the problem, Ben, the problem is that I
Yeah, you have a
guarantee
shit ton
you,
of
the two
good-
teams that are drafting first and second, if they need a quarterback, they are not trading. Because Drake May and Caleb Williams would go 1 and 2 this year.
Yeah. But who are those teams going to be?
Well, I mean, who knows? Like, what
Maybe Washington?
if the Bears keep Justin Fields and they suck again next year? I could definitely see him taking a quarterback next year. You know,
Tampa Bay, maybe?
Tampa. You know, if they go into the season with Kyle Trask as their quarterback, I guarantee you they ain't
Atlanta,
winning many games.
Yeah, okay. There's a couple teams that could be up there.
Yep. So
The Ravens, if they get rid of Lamar Jackson.
yeah,
But I hope Caleb Williams don't go there.
so let's talk about Lamar Jackson for a reason. So it comes out, you know, the Ravens give him the transition tag, meaning like he can go seek a deal elsewhere,
Yeah, non-exclusive.
and then he can come back and negotiate with the Ravens, right? Because the Ravens want to see what he's like, what his market value is, basically. Which is what I don't know if the Giants could have done that, but I guarantee nobody's giving Daniel Jones $40 million a year.
No.
You know what I mean?
Not at all.
But as far as Lamar Jackson's concerned, like, dude, they give him this transition tag or exclusive tag or whatever, and then right away it's like all this news comes out. Falcons are not interested. All these teams just not interested, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, to me, it just speaks collusion, because Lamar Jackson's been seeking a fully guaranteed contract similar to Deshaun Watson. The owners are all upset with the Cleveland Browns giving Deshaun Watson that fully guaranteed contract. This, to me, just says the owners are taking the power back, saying we ain't giving no guaranteed contracts, because now Lamar's in this position where he can only negotiate with the Ravens if he has nobody else to negotiate with, if nobody else is interested.
I would find it hard to believe that nobody else is interested in Lamar, though.
That's what I'm saying. It's collusion, because all these other owners are getting together and they're saying, we can't give this guy a fully guaranteed contract. We are fucked if we start giving out fully guaranteed contracts. You know what I mean? That's been the one thing the NFL owners have been adamant about for years. We are not going to give fully guaranteed contracts because they don't want to pay out guys that get hurt.
Yeah.
Might see a change of the guard, honestly.
Yeah, they might see a changing of guard. They might sign him to a more lucrative deal just to get him in there, and they might trade him out. I've seen kind of rumblings of that as well. Is that if Lamar's not willing to work with them, they're going to get rid of him.
But why would a team trade for him when they could sign him right now?
Because you're going to have to sign him for an exorbitant amount. They're hoping that, that nobody will give him that high amount. Then they don't have to give up at least they'll probably have to give up 2 first-round picks to get him in a trade. But they're hoping that, they won't have to outbet the Ravens. And that the Ravens will sign him to this, what was it, like a $45-50 million contract. And then they can then trade for him with that contract already in place. So they don't have to give that fully guaranteed contract.
Yeah, but Ben, the problem is that the fact that all these teams come out and say, like, we're not interested, it gives
either blowing smoke or, like Jordan said, it's collusion.
It gives the Ravens all the leverage, because he's gonna go in there saying,
"Tell me the Panthers aren't interested in Lamar Jackson."
A lot of teams, like Colts,
if I was the Panthers, I'd give Lamar Jackson $400 million guaranteed.
There's so many teams that need a quarterback, and then it's like to come out and just say like, "Oh, I'm not interested. I don't even want to talk to him. I don't even want to negotiate."
Yeah, they gotta be blowing smoke,
because that gives the Ravens all the leverage in the world, because he's going to go in there saying, he's been adamant, I want a 5-year fully guaranteed deal, right? Yep. And they're going to say, well, no one else is offering you that. And they're going to say, well, no one else is offering you that, so why should we? We'll give you a 2-year fully guaranteed deal. You know what I mean? It's collusion, in my opinion, at the highest level. The fact that all these teams need quarterbacks, the best quarterback to hit the market in fucking God knows how long, hits the market, and everybody's all of a sudden not interested, dude. We're not interested. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, I from the owner's perspective, I see why the Commanders aren't doing it, because they're in that transitional period.
Their owner's also a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly. The Raiders, I mean,
the Raiders got a lot. They got a lot of fish to fry.
Yeah, that kind of doesn't surprise me that they came out and said, no, we want.
Well, I've been reading on Twitter that the Raiders might be interested in Richardson at 7.
Yeah,
I've also seen Levi, Levis. I mean, there's a lot of smoke around the draft right now. You can't.
The Raiders see something shiny, they're gonna try to go after it. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a good shiny or a bad shiny.
The thing is, though, is like Ziegler's a smart guy. You know what I mean? I don't think he's gonna do that, bro.
Yeah, he pretty smart. The way he structured Carr's deal.
Yeah, he got
But
out
he
of
gave
that.
Chandler Jones $18 million a year. So
That was not smart. That was a dumbass move. But I mean, it's as far as Lamar Jackson is concerned, dude. I think there's a lot of collusion going on. I don't see it. I just don't understand it. Best quarterback to hit the market in a long time, and all of a sudden nobody's interested. We did talk.
I don't think even if another team was to offer him something, I really doubt that the Ravens would let him go.
Probably not, but now it makes their negotiation a lot easier, right? And if the owners, all their end goal is to not have fully guaranteed contracts, this only benefits every owner.
Yeah, but Steve Bisciotti is a fucking trash bin cheapskate owner. So
probably, I mean, a lot of these owners are, dude. If we're keeping it a buck.
I know I'm talking about when it comes to like paying players. Like Joe Flacco had to go out win a Super Bowl to get paid, and they haven't paid a QB since then. That's why they've been terrible. They low key lucked up on Lamar Jackson because Ozzie Newsome was the only one of the people that believed in him to draft him in the first round. So and Lamar's proved a lot for them. I know he gets nicked up, he gets hurt, but that's the way he has to play for that franchise to be successful. So I think he's earned that contract tenfold. But these NFL owners, man, you never know.
Yeah, bro. You're right, dude. You just never know. All right. So Derek Carr, we talked about Derek Carr on Sunday. We said he was going to be the first domino to drop. He was the first domino to drop. Literally the day after he comes to an agreement with the Saints, right? Which makes perfect sense for the Saints because the NFC South sucks. Now it probably puts the Saints as the favorite. Well, it does put them as a favorite to win according to the market. They're plus 120 now to win the division. But it makes perfect sense. Were you surprised that he went to the Saints?
No, not really.
Because that's one of the teams we didn't even mention him going to. We thought it was like the Jets.
Yeah, we
Panthers.
thought it was gonna be like the Jets or maybe the Commies or the Colts. But when he met with them twice, so I was like, yeah, we had to start thinking that was a.
One thing I didn't even take into consideration, Irv, was that he played under Dennis Allen.
Oh yeah, Dennis Allen was his OC when he had that real good year, right?
His head coach.
The head coach. No. What's his name was the head coach when he?
Dennis Allen was the head coach.
Yeah, but remember, I'm saying what's his name was the head coach in 2016 when he had that real good year. That was Jack Del Rio.
Yeah.
Well, I think big part of that is we know who the Jets are going after. We know that the Colts are going to be drafting. We know that the Raiders are likely, obviously Raiders are drafting. We know Seattle has, picked up on, the Geno train. I mean, we knew
Seattle they have a friendly deal with Geno.
Yeah, we knew Houston was going to be, taking a QB in the draft. So there weren't that many teams that really needed that, that mid QB, mid to, just above, maybe that 10 to 15 mark QB.
There's a lot of those in the league right now. I feel like it's a lot of mid QBs.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think
man, I wouldn't put Carr close to 10, or I would put him closer to 15 than I would 10, honestly.
Yeah, no, he's definitely he's coming off his worst year, dude, for sure. Yeah. And he's coming off his worst year in a year that gave him the best wide receiver in the league.
And the best
you don't have an offensive line that causes problems for him.
Yeah, but I mean, Stidham looked decent.
No, but they said his problem was Ziegler and what's McDonald's name?
McDaniels.
He came out and said that Carr refused to step up in the pocket at times, and he held on to the ball too long.
Well, yeah, the whole Sports Illustrated article came out where they interviewed people in the Raiders organization, players, executives, coaches, everything. They said Carr, he like cannot take constructive criticism, like he breaks down. Did you read that shit?
They said he breaks down.
Yeah, like he gets all he gets offended, like
He starts crying.
everybody
like
hates me, like yeah, dude, basically.
Did
Which
he
makes
cry
sense why
when
he went to the Saints, because he goes to Dennis Allen, who's a coach that he played for.
Oh, did he cry when he told the players not to protest the anthem in DC?
Bro, probably.
And I think that was something that Stidham really, did well. It was against the Niners, and like because he would stay in and he would take that hit, he got rocked.
Oh, dude, Stidham looked better in 2 games than Carr looked all year.
Yeah, and he got absolutely rocked in that though, and that's not something Carr would do. So, I mean, Stidham took that extra second to make that play that Carr wouldn't do.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's again the big problem is that offensive line. What's the Saints' offensive line look like?
Saints always got a pretty solid offensive line.
It's pretty solid. They even played good when they was banged up. So
yeah,
where's Jameis go?
To the bench.
Yeah, he's a backup till further notice. He can't stay healthy, bro.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like your best ability is availability, dude. And if you can't stay healthy, like you don't have any value. So unfortunately for him, until he starts getting healthy and being able to be consistent, staying healthy, like I don't know if there's a place for him in the league, dude. I mean, he'll be a backup for some people, but it's unfortunate. All right.
For my signed Lance jersey from our bet, hear rumblings that Brady might be coming back.
Nah, he shot it down today.
I know.
Yeah, he did.
I know. But it would have went to Miami anyway. So
he said, nah, I gotta hang out with my cats.
And I think his son about to start high school, right?
Bro, his son's probably about to start college.
I don't think he's that old.
Bro, Brady's been in the league since I was in high school, dude.
I know, but I think his son like 14 or 15.
I don't know how old his son is, but he definitely getting close to college. And by close to college, I mean like in the next couple of years.
He was born in 2007, so he's 15.
Yeah, so he's 3 years away from college, man. He right there, bro.
I wonder if he's playing football. Oh, he's not playing football. Oh, he is playing high school football.
Nah, no way. He looks like a baseball player to me.
I know he played baseball and football. His name is Jack Brady.
That's the one Brady was like making out with, right?
He didn't make out with his son. He kissed him, bro. Calm down, bro.
I'll be here all night.
Damn, his son gonna be pretty tall.
He's already. Were they saying he was making the joke that he's already taller than Julian Edelman?
Hell yeah, he almost taller than Brady.
How tall is he? 6'6"? 6'5"?
How tall is Brady? What, like 6'4"?
Nah, I think he's like 6'5", bro.
Oh damn, he's hella taller than Edelman.
He's like 6'3", 6'4" already.
Because Brady, I think, is 6'6".
I'm gonna check out this picture in the chat, guys.
Because that's why Brady didn't go towards the baseball route, because he wanted to play catcher, and teams were telling him.
Wait, you say his height 6'4"?
Brady?
Mm-hmm.
That still makes sense. Baseball teams were telling him. Baseball teams were telling him you can't play catcher, bro. You're too tall. Because baseball was his first sport.
Yeah, he got drafted by the Expos.
He did get drafted by the Expos. But he didn't want to play baseball because they wanted to move him away from catcher.
Damn, yeah, he 15 and he way taller than Edelman.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, let's move into baseball because this is the AL East preview show. AL East, one of the biggest divisions in baseball, obviously has the New York Stankies, Blue Jays, Rays, Orioles, Red Sox,
The Skankies.
This is a division. The Yankees won last year, 99 wins. Blue Jays came in second with 92. Rays 86. Orioles 83. And the Red Sox 78 wins, under 500. So we'll break it down by win totals. Obviously, we'll start with the lowest, which is the Orioles, 76.5. I think this number is off personally.
I agree.
So the Orioles 76.5 wins is their win total right now. This is based on Vegas Insider, which basically takes all the numbers combined, so consensus, and then plus 2,500 to win the division. What do you guys think about my Baltimore Orioles here? My Baltimore Orioles.
I would have loved the Orioles to make a splash higher, but I guess they're gonna call up some of their very talented, high-level talented prospects. They had some injuries last year, some big key injuries. Hopefully, those guys can stay healthy. That'll automatically benefit them as far as pitching with their bullpen and their starters. They lost Wilfred Odor, but you can definitely say Frazier was an upgrade at second base.
Yeah.
Trey Turner or Xander Bogaerts would have been majorly nice for this team, but we'll see. This youth movement, the talent they got, they completely overachieved last year.
Yep.
So I think they could do the same thing this year. They probably won't push for the division, but they definitely will push for a wild card spot, in my opinion.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think the 76.5 number is way too low. You're telling me that they're going to be a sub 500 team, and that really surprises me there. Offensively, this team is just literally stacked. I'm a little worried about Gunnar.
What?
At least at the beginning of the season.
Why?
Just for him to get his.
He's a favorite. Straight. He's a favorite to win AL Rookie of the Year, like by a large margin.
Yeah, but I still think it's going to take him a little bit of time because he's young. He is very young. So, like, I just think it's going to take him a little bit of a time. But give it 20 games, and then he's going to be off and running. But I think with Gunnar, with Adley, with Ryan, I think that's probably the best like corner infield that is in this division. And they're all, within their second years. So, I think this team offensively is great. It's going to be the pitching that really needs to step up. And they're going to have to make some trades at some point in the year to bring in another starter and to bring in another relief pitcher.
So, we talked about this at the end of last season. I was like, Orioles got to go out and get a middle infielder, with the Trey Turners that were available, Xander Bogaerts, etc. I was like, that's their biggest weakness because like they trotted out fucking Rugnet or Odor last year, and that dude fucking sucks. You know what I mean?
His WRC plus was like 60, 51, 61.
Bro, way below league average, dude. Like he was
terrible.
He was trash, dude. And
he's not a great defender, so his defense don't make up for his.
Like he's just his locker room presence was the best thing he had. Like, and a lot of the Orioles talked about it, dude. They said like he's a huge locker room leader. So with that being said, like that was I thought was the biggest need for upgrade. Going out and getting what's his face? Second baseman, Adam Frazier.
Adam Frazier.
Yeah. I don't think that was a bad move. Like, because he's above average. He had a down year last year, if we're being honest.
He could be a borderline all-star. So.
He could be a lot better. And on top of that, you're getting another year of Adley Rutschman, who was phenomenal last year, right?
Running from somebody,
yeah.
And he's gonna be an MVP candidate this year.
Yep.
And then you're getting Gunnar Henderson coming back, who's the number one prospect in all of baseball. And he is he rakes, dude. He hit 4 home runs in the 28 games he played last year, or 29 games he played. So I'm expecting big things. However, this team, in my opinion, the one thing I did say was they didn't need a pitcher, Ben, because you got the best pitching prospect in baseball in Grayson Rodriguez coming up. He's going to start the year on the major league roster. Dean Kramer was fucking awesome last year. Former Dodger prospect, came over in the Manny Machado trade.
Gotta love those Dodger prospects. They make it happen.
Yep. Kyle Bradish, I mean, dude, he's lighting up spring training right now. This is a kid that I've been super high on. Irvin knows. Like, I've talked to Irvin about Kyle Bradish many times. Kid throws 99 gas with fucking stupid movement, curveball, changeup. And then you get a guy like Cole Irvin, who he was solid for the A's last year. He's a guy that's gonna eat innings, dude. He's gonna give you 200 innings of solid 4 ERA ball. He's gonna get you outs, dude. He's gonna get you outs, right? And then you bring in a guy like Kyle Gibson, mid, but again, he's gonna get you outs.
Yeah. So you said Gunnar had 4 home runs in 29 games.
It was like 29 games.
Damn, I mean, if he keep that pace, he hit 40 home runs as a rookie.
Yeah,
he could.
Kid's amazing.
Yeah, there's a reason why he's like hands down the favorite to win rookie of the year.
What is he, minus 200?
I'll tell you right now.
I think he's like plus 200, but low.
I'll tell you what he's at right now. He's let's see here. Rookie of the year. AL Rookie of the Year, he's plus 240. That Japanese dude from the Red Sox is second. And then there's like nobody even close to them. Grayson Rodriguez, and we know they're not going to give it to a pitcher, so you can count him out.
Yeah, there's just a lot of question marks to me for pitching, and I still think
they pitched well last year, and
for this team to be successful and get to the playoffs in this division, they're going to need
Grayson
another
Rodriguez wins the A as a Cy Young.
I mean, he's got the stuff. But Ben, you remember this
saying.
team before Adley Rutschman? This team was dog shit pitching. Same exact pitching staff after Adley Rutschman. An entire 1 point ERA lower.
And they pitched out of their minds.
Because that's Adley Rutschman.
They're a bunch of Jags.
They are, but Adley Rutschman is him.
That's not going to get you it with this division.
He's Himley Rutschman.
Great. You can say his name all day. Their pitching is still the problem.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's because
they don't have the firepower. They don't have the movement.
But that's not true because Kyle Bradish and Grayson Rodriguez are 2 top-of-the-line rotation starters. They're just young.
You're putting a lot, and that's it. You're putting a lot of stock into young pitchers who haven't been there yet.
Kyle Bradish was there last year. He pitched throughout he pitched in big moments last year.
Outstanding year, but can he do that back to back?
Yes, he has the stuff. He has the stuff, dude. I'm telling you. Dean Kramer was nice last year too.
Having Gibson, like those are
inning eaters. Those are inning eaters.
They're not solid pitchers.
They're inning eaters.
They're good. They're not great. You need someone on this team that's going to be your number one.
Yeah, and they got him coming back. His name's John Means. He was a fucking AL Cy Young.
Yeah, who's fucking injured.
He's coming back, dude.
Yeah, like over halfway through the season.
Nah, he'll be back in like May.
No.
Yeah, he got Tommy John in like March of last year.
Yeah, and they're saying that he might not even be back until 2024.
Nah,
so
no way.
Yep.
It says he'll be back in June. Say expected date back in June.
Nope.
Grayson Rodriguez he's nice, dude. He's gonna come in.
I don't disagree with you on that, but you're putting a lot of eggs in one rookie's basket, and that's not something you want to do.
Yeah, that's the thing with the Orioles, dude. They're young, and they were young last year. But you know what? They probably are the second best bullpen in this entire division. If we're keeping it a buck, with Felix Bautista, Perez, and Baker. Baker was kind of mid last year. But Felix Bautista and Perez are nice as hell.
They need another starter. They need another relief pitcher.
Tyler Wells is nice. They could throw him as a reliever or a starter. Dude's 6'8", throws fucking gas. He just can't stay healthy. Which is why you bring up
I give both of y'all arguments makes a lot of sense. They have the talent. But that talent has to stay healthy, like Ben says.
Well, they're
Now,
young.
We know their lineup is going to be way better this year. They probably might have one of the better offenses in all of baseball.
Yep.
But if that pitching can come along, shit, you might want to put some money on them to win the division.
But
it could happen.
Last year, their biggest weakness was their starting pitching, right? But they had
Jordan's got a lot of emotion in this team. That's why.
Well, yeah,
these is boys.
I do. They're my guys.
Yeah.
Last year they had an elite bullpen. They had one of the best bullpens in all of baseball last year, and they had a decent offense. Like they were an opportunistic offense, meaning they scored runs when they had to, and they had an above average starting pitching staff with a bunch of no name guys. Dude, they had Austin Voth going out there. He went like 17 innings scoreless in a row at one point, right? They literally shut down the Astros for a whole series, but they couldn't score a run. This year, I expect their offense to be better. I expect their offense to be a lot better. Now, will their starting pitching sustain itself? I think it can because their starting pitching and their pitching in general was so much better when Adley Rutschman came up. It was a whole ERA better. 4.2 ERA or 4.34 or something like that without Adley Rutschman. Sub 4 ERA with Adley Rutschman.
They also had one of the easiest second halves of the season last year too.
No, they didn't. They played in the AL East, dude. They had to play the Blue Jays, the Rays, the Yankees. Bro, they have a tough.
We talked about this during for the last 2 months of the season, and they had one of the easiest schedules remaining.
Orioles are a nice team. They're gonna win over 76.
Nobody's denying that. You're taking this all to heart.
I don't think they'll win it. I don't think they'll.
76.5.
I don't think they'll win this division at all. I don't personally, but I think that they're gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think that it's more likely they be in the playoffs than they win the division.
The Red Sox are gonna finish dead last in this division again.
Yeah, they're gonna be dog shit, and I don't know.
They haven't lost a spring training game, and Red Sox fans on Twitter, they're ready to hang a banner right now.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
damn.
They're ready, dude. They're saying this is the most electric Red Sox team we've ever seen.
Yikes.
No, I like the Orioles over. I don't like them to win the division only because I'm very high on the Blue Jays, dude. I'm very, very high on the Blue Jays.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Vlad's injury.
Well, we'll get to the Blue Jays soon, but I think the Blue Jays upgraded in the areas that they were the weakest in, which is super important.
Yep, defense and pitching.
Yep. We'll get to them soon. We got to move on to the Red Sox, though. Their total 78.5 wins plus 2,000 to win the division. Like I said, Red Sox fans on Twitter are ready to crown them World Series champions. What do you guys think? What's the status of Justin Turner? I know he left the game the other day.
His broken cartilage. I guess you can't really break cartilage, but his soft tissue is all fucked up.
Where? His wrist?
Oh, and World Baseball.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about him getting hit in the, or not him getting hit in the face. Who got hit in the face?
Was that Turner? Justin Turner?
Turner. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so he'll be.
WBC starts tomorrow.
It does. We'll get to that at the very end.
All right.
So what's your thoughts on the Red Sox here?
Whatever they can manage.
Your boy Kenley Jansen's closing games for him.
Like I said, whatever they can manage, just keep building, try to move towards the future. Because this year immediately, if this team if they somehow don't finish in last place, it'll be amazing.
Yeah, it'll be.
Red Sox are gonna be dog shit this year.
Bro, I can already see it right now, dude. Kenley Jansen coming up to close, 2-run lead, bases loaded, throws a pitch. Boom! Over the green monster. 3-run home run. Red Sox lose the game.
Grab slam on the Lansdowne Street.
I see that shit happening multiple times this year, dude.
The best thing ever happened to Boston was the movie The Town. Other than that, outside of that, beating the Yankees 3-0, I can care less. I can't stand Boston.
Yeah, no, look at their starting rotation, dude. Chris Sale, Corey Kluber
last year and didn't replace none of them. I don't think.
Nah, and they're really relying on talk about young guys they're gonna be relying on. They're gonna be relying on guys that haven't even pitched in the majors.
And is Chris Sale ever gonna be healthy again?
Nah, probably not.
You are gonna have Trevor Story this year. You get rid of Xander.
Worst move of the offseason.
Yep. You designate Jeter Downs to assignment again.
And they traded him for Mookie. Shout out to the Dodgers president, the master fleecer, does his thing when it comes to trades. Yeah, my boy Andrew Friedman.
This lineup is washed, dude. They also lost JD Martinez, who was
to the Dodgers, and they said no to the bazooka. I can't think of his name. The Dodgers pitcher.
Oh, Gratterall?
Yeah, they said no to Brewstar.
Yeah, this I mean they're relying on this kid from Japan, Masaka Yoshida.
Yeah, the outfielder they signed.
Yeah.
They bought in Justin Turner for some veteran leadership, but Turner bat is not the same. He struggles to catch up to high heat now.
How long is he going to be out too?
He used to mash that shit. That bat is not the same.
Turner
Verdugo is a bright spot. Months. He could potentially be a good player.
He doesn't hit for power though, bro.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Then they still got Devers. I don't know if they signed him to an extension yet, but if Red Sox, if y'all lose him, y'all might as well pack it up for the next 5 to 10 years.
Bro, Devers did resign.
Oh, yeah, how much did they resign him for?
I thought they did. Hold on.
No, he definitely resigned, Ben. I'm pretty sure.
11-year, $331.
Oh, okay.
Damn, the Long Beach State. Dude, they've scored 5 points in 7 minutes against Cal Poly in the second half, Irv.
The motherfucker's trash.
Now, the Red Sox, in my opinion, dude, they're worse than last year, dude.
Yeah, they are. But
and you're telling me that the market says that they're the same? I don't agree with that. I think this is more of a obviously the Red Sox have the second largest fan base in all of baseball. So this to me seems like kind of a whatchamacallit, like
money grab.
Not necessarily money grab, but books kind of just leveraging themselves like, okay, we're going to set this at 78.5 because everybody's going to bet over, right? Just like the Yankees, in my opinion. Like the Yankees, I feel always get set higher because everybody's going to bet them over because the Yankees have the largest fan base. Dodgers too. Dodgers up there as well, which we'll get to in another episode. But the Red Sox,
Dodgers actually have talent, and we're one of the best run teams. We are the best run team in baseball from top to bottom.
Y'all gonna have a down year though.
I was gonna say the Dodgers actually will hit their number though. The Yankees, I don't know.
Dodgers not winning 99 games this year. I'm sorry.
We probably won't, but don't be surprised if we do.
We'll get to that in another episode. But the Red Sox, I think this is the worst team in the division. They're gonna finish last. If they finish in first, if they make the playoffs, I don't know what the fuck I'll do, but I'll do something. Because I don't see it, bro.
Yeah, they're not making the playoffs.
They're definitely the worst team in my division, in my opinion, in this division.
Yep, agreed. I don't think anybody else is going to be close, to be honest.
I think Tampa might get there, but Tampa has 2 of the best starters in the division, so
depends on Wander's bat.
Yeah, and Wander's got to stay healthy, bro.
Yeah.
You know, he was not healthy last year. So let's move on to the Rays. The Rays, 89.5 games, plus 300 to win the division. Or what do you think?
They got the pitching. Is that pitching going to be healthy? Are they going to be able to hit?
Couldn't fucking hit last year. We know that. We lost so much coin on those motherfuckers.
Outside of the Marlins, this probably was the worst offense in baseball.
They were up there, bro. Shit.
So, I don't know. And they didn't really do much to address it. You know, Randy Arozarena looked like the greatest thing since Barry Bonds that one playoff run. And dude ain't been shit since. So I don't know what They pitcher can only carry you so far. You seen what they pitching got them in the playoffs. It got them there. They was in every game. They just couldn't get a fucking clutch hit or it runs to save their life. So
Yep.
until they start investing in offense, this team is just gonna always be a top 5-4 pitching staff. Gonna compete for maybe playoffs or make the playoffs, but nobody's gonna take them serious until they actually add some hitting.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's another team with a lot of young guys that really do need to step up to get that hitting because they have the potential in hitting in Josh Lowe, Paredes, and Wander, but they didn't have great seasons last year. I mean, Paredes, only played a few games with the big team, but can he sustain what he's doing in the minors, at the major league level? I think Brandon Lowe is an underrated player. I think Josh Lowe can come back to a higher level than what he was last year. And then Wander is an incredible offensive firepower. Can he stay healthy? We haven't seen it. Yeah. So this is kind of a wait and see team for me because you have McClanahan, you have Glass now, you have Elfin, that are good pitchers that can keep you in it, but you just need the offense to step it up. And
also, one thing we do know about the Rays is that you're always going to have elite pitching, dude. Shane McClanahan is going to be a Cy Young candidate this year, right? He's one of the best pitchers in the fucking majors, right? Drew Rasmussen is elite as well. Jeffrey Springs, in my opinion, Ben, you heard me talk about Jeffrey Springs all last year. Like, I love this guy, dude. He's one of the best pitchers. They probably have the best starting rotation in this division, hands down, dude. And they're going to have one of the best bullpens. But the problem is, they cannot fucking hit, dude.
They have, but it's there. It's like
bro, Ben, they couldn't do it last year, bro. They went like a 19-inning game with the Guardians, scored one run.
No, that's what I'm talking about. On paper, it's there, but they have to actually do it.
The only guys on paper that are good hitters on this fucking team are Yandy Diaz, Wander Franco, Randy Rosarina, and Manuel Margot. Everybody else, Harold Ramirez can only hit lefties. Brandon Lowe,
Ji-Man Choi isn't on that list.
Yeah, he's not on the team no more, dude.
Horrible.
No. But again, you should see that with Isaac Paredes.
Paredes he's so streaky though. He goes on like these hot streaks and he goes extremely cold.
Isn't he like
for the last month of the season? 21? We bet every under for the for the Rays.
Yeah. Bro,
and I'll say about 90% of them hit.
Yeah, bro, they cannot hit, bro. Like they can't do it.
And them over unders was like 5.5,
6, dude. Tops. Like, dude, they cannot hit. It's crazy. Wander Franco, like, in my opinion, for the Rays to hit this over 89.5, Wander Franco has to be MVP. Because he is a great player, dude. He has the potential to be a generational player.
Or best third baseman. Whatever position he's playing, he has the potential to be the best player at that position.
And that helps everybody around you. Because if you have a great bat, it means the guys in front of you and behind you are going to see a lot more pitches, right? So he, in my opinion, like he has to play at an MVP level for them to hit this over. And I don't know if that's going to happen because Ben, he couldn't stay on he couldn't stay on the field last year.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me twice on that one.
Give me that under. That under 89 looks good to me.
See, but the tough thing for me,
though, they're gonna drop how many? They're gaining 3.
And that's a tough thing for me because that's a tough thing for me because, dude, they have Shane McClanahan, who I think is one of the best pitchers in the baseball. Like, he might be the best pitcher in the American League. He very well may be. And Drew Rasmussen and Jeffrey Springs might be top 15 in the league in pitching. So the fact that you have like 3 top 20 starters in the league, like that's huge. But you gotta score runs.
Yep.
You can't just rely on winning 2-1 games constantly, dude. Over the course of 162. Now, like, I like the Rays. Like, if they make the playoffs, bro, I might throw some shekels on them to win the World Series because they have the makeup, the pitching to do it. Like this is the kind of team where it's like either they could be really great. They might win the World Series, dude, because they have the starting pitching. They have the bullpen to do so. If their hitting comes along, this could be a very scary team, dude.
Oh, absolutely. But again, it has to happen.
It has to happen.
Yep.
And nothing has shown us that it will.
Yeah.
You know, other than like Irv said, when Randy Rosarina, he struck lightning in a bottle for a month, dude. You know, if
had folks calling him Mr. October.
if he could figure that out for a whole season,
Oh, I mean,
bro,
wasn't he Rookie of the Year?
he was
2
a
years ago?
candidate.
No, he
Candidate
won.
the year after, I thought, right?
No,
Did he win Rookie of the Year
yeah, he won AL Rookie of the Year.
in the 2020 season, the shortened season? I could care less about all that shit. This is just a team. They gotta hit the ball, bro. They gotta put the ball in play. Maybe the shift helps them. You know what I mean? Or lack of shift helps them. I like the Rays, dude. I cannot put them over 89.5 wins. I can't put money on it, but I wouldn't be shocked if they went over 89.5. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't surprise me. Shane McClanahan might win Cy Young, dude. Like, I will bet Shane McClanahan to win the Cy Young. That's how great that guy is. They just gotta hit the ball.
Yeah, that's big. Yeah.
I mean, that's half the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to so we're all kind of iffy on the Rays. Like, we're kind of we lean the under, I would say. Right?
I would definitely lean the under.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm like torn, dude. I don't know where to
I
go with
really
the
am.
Rays, dude. I think the 89 is like right on point. Like, I think they're the third best team. I mean, yeah, I think they're the third best team in the division on paper. I think they have the best pitching staff in the entire division. They just can't hit.
I still think they're gonna probably hit.
They usually do.
Maybe I don't know if they're third or fourth in this division.
Nah, they'll be. The Blue Jays are gonna be first. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you all that right now.
But then between Yankee, Baltimore, and Tampa Bay, I can't tell you.
Well, the Yankees getting Carlos Rodon. We'll get to the Yankees. We'll get to both. We'll get to all. We'll recap it all once we get through. All right, let's move on to the Blue Jays. 90.5 wins. Their division odds plus 220. What do you guys think about the Blue Jays? My Toronto Blue Jays.
You can't have two teams in a division.
I do, dude. I bet the Jays to win the World Series this year already. So I also bet the Orioles to win the World Series at like plus 6,600. But
I think Dalton Varsho and Kiermaier are great additions to this outfield. They needed that defensive help in the outfield, and they definitely got it there. I'm a little worried about Vlad Guerrero's knee because of what's happening already, and this is a long season. And
man, he could be DH, Ben.
What's that?
He could be DH.
Yeah, but you'll lose a lot of power if you don't have a strong knee.
Fair.
And that's going to be his problem there, and how much they rely on him to hit the ball out. I think that's going to be big here. I mean, obviously, I like the signing of Brandon Belt. I think he's a good bat, and you don't have to count on him for bat and veteran presence. You don't have to count on him for that defensive bit. I think that's great addition for them. He's also good in the the locker room, which I think can really build this team up. You need Bo Bichette to step up. If he doesn't, they do have Espinal there, and you've got Whit Merrifield, who does also need to step things up in the offensive really and defensive side. Chapman, great. Adding Manoah, great. You got this could probably be the top four starting pitchers like down the line.
If Berrios bounces back, that would be huge.
Yeah.
But I think adding Chris Bassett is massive because last year they really lacked a third, fourth starter.
Mm-hmm.
And that adds it. But really, where they really sucked was their bullpen, dude. They had no bullpen depth, and they added Eric Swanson, who's one of the best relievers last year, right? For a guy in Teoscar Hernandez, let's be honest, dude, he was not good last year. You know what I mean? So
when you got Nate Pearson, who's going to be a relief pitcher now.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
they rely on him for a starter.
But Pearson, I mean, that's a highly touted prospect, you know. But having a guy that's able to just pitch out of the bullpen his first year, it's similar to what the Red Sox did with Bronson Arroyo back in when they won the World Series, right? Bronson Arroyo ended up being a great starter, but when you have a great starter pitching out of the bullpen and give you one inning of his best stuff, right?
You could even ask him to do 3 or 4 innings.
I don't know if you want a reliever going that deep, Ben, but you know,
when he's normally a starter,
it's solid. You know, I said it before. Like, I thought the Blue Jays upgraded in their biggest weaknesses, and their biggest weaknesses were they could not hit left-handed hitting, bro. I mean, I'm sorry, they couldn't hit left-handed hitting. Second of all,
left-handed pitching.
Left-handed pitching. Second of all, they couldn't pitch. No. They lacked a starter and they lacked bullpen depth. I think they upgraded on both of those. I think getting a guy like Brandon Belt's huge for the fucking locker room. That's a guy that's won a World Series. He might not produce on the field a ton, but he's gonna give that locker room a lift. You know, Matt Chapman should bounce back offensively. Getting Dalton Varsho, power hitter, gives you another bat, you know, to make up for what you lose from Teoscar Hernandez. Whit Merrifield was pretty good down the road. And then Kevin Kiermaier doesn't have the greatest bat, but he's one of the best defensive center fielders in the last 12 years.
What do you think Gausman's going to do?
Platinum glove. Oh, you got to bounce back.
I mean, he had a decent year last year.
But is he going to have another decent to good year, or is he going to regress?
Well, this is the thing. Alek Manoah is going to be Cy Young caliber. He's gonna pitch great baseball. He's got electric stuff. You need Gausman and Bassett to just be good, because this offense is gonna give your pitchers a lot of freedom because they don't have to pitch perfectly, because this offense is gonna score runs. You know what I mean? So with that being said, like, these pitchers, they just have to manage the game. Like, they got to get through and give their offense a chance to win the game. And if they do that, this team's going to win a lot of games. The Blue Jays blew a lot of games in the bullpen last year. So what do? They went and added bullpen pitching. Yeah. And I think that's going to benefit them deep. Now, do they have the best rotation in the division? Absolutely not. They don't. But they have a good rotation.
Yeah.
And they have one of the best offenses. Will Alejandro Kirk duplicate what he did last year? Probably not. But you know what? They got one of the best catching prospects in the entire majors coming up in Gabriel Moreno. So he could.
Is Springer gonna be DHing more this year?
Who?
Starting a lot.
George Springer.
Oh.
Nah, he'll be more healthy this year.
He probably won't be in center field though.
He's going to
right field.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why they brought in Kiermaier.
Yeah.
The big thing with the DH spot is they're going to be able to rotate it, right? And if Guerrero's not 100% healthy, they can really put him at the DH spot.
Brandon Belt too.
And Brandon Belt could play first.
He's a solid defensive guy, but that bat is not the same.
No, it's not. But he's a great locker room guy, and he's a good defensive first baseman.
Even over the last 2 years, though, I would say his defensive prowess is kind of...
It ain't the same.
Turned to that downhill. It's not bad, but it's not where it was. And he's just so fucking streaky with his bat.
Yeah, he is... Well, he's not the same hitter. We'll be honest. You know what I mean? Like, you're not relying on Brandon Belt to be the hitter that he once was.
Yeah.
Nah, defense, leadership.
Yeah. That's why they brought him in. They brought him in for the defense and the leadership more than anything. I like the Blue Jays over 90.5. I think this team's honestly going to win this division. To be completely honest.
Yeah, I think they got better this year.
It's funny because Ben and I have been doing this for I think this is our 3rd year, and I picked the Blue Jays to win this division every
single
year.
Yeah.
But this year I'm dead serious, dude. This is the year it happens.
It's funny that Fangraphs has them at 25.9% to win the division.
Yeah, I think it's better than 25%.
Yeah.
And they run their own algorithm, their own model. I got my own model. My model has them 92 wins.
Yeah, I think they can hit 92. I think I think they're a better team than last year. And it's definitely, what was their win total? What do they have it as?
90.5.
90.5, yeah. So this is not a team that got worse.
Yeah, at all. They got better. Why are we saying, this team is 90.5? My ass, bro. What the fuck? All right, let's move on to the New York Yankees. Let's talk about a team that got worse.
I don't know if they necessarily got worse. I don't think they're going to live up to what they did last year, but I don't think they got worse.
Okay, so if you don't think they got worse and they're not going to live up to the... Let's explain this, Ben.
I mean, I don't think they're going to...
So their win total is 94.5, first of all.
Yeah, with their changes, I don't think they got worse. You've got Volpe coming in. You've got Cabrera coming in. Bader, whatever. Rizzo, LeMahieu at first, whatever. Donaldson, whatever, at third. But pitching, I think, probably got better.
Oh, for sure.
With the addition of Rodon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not going to pitch the Cole, Cortez, Severino, Jermaine, or Herman they're not going to be pitching like they did last year. You can't replicate.
Yeah, I don't think the pitching is going to be the same as last year. But I'm just concerned about the hitting. That lineup towards the end of the year was fucking terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah. And they didn't really add nothing to make it that much better. So
I think Peraza, another young kid that can come in and play well. Volpe is going to add some hitting to their.
Is Dominguez playing in the majors this year?
No.
The other thing is what's his name? Garrett Cole's gotten worse every year.
Yeah.
In the last since 2019, he's gotten worse every single year.
Ooh, I'm glad the Dodgers missed that contract.
So I can honestly guarantee you he's gonna get worse than last year based on the trend.
Judge is not hitting another 62.
Nah, he's definitely not hitting 62. Yeah. So just to get everybody on the same page, Garrett Cole last 4 years: 2019 2.5 ERA, 2020 2.84 ERA, 2021 3.23 ERA, 2022 3.5 ERA. So he's definitely not going to be, based on that, getting older and stuff.
Yeah, but does he move to the number 2?
No. Who's going to move number 1?
Rodon?
Nah. Rodon ain't that good. He's good. He's cool, but he ain't that good.
Yeah, he can't be a number 1. You know, on a dog shit team, he probably a number 1.
Yeah, tougher
Giants. But
tougher field than the Giants as well.
You're relying on Luis Severino bouncing back. Domingo Germán, he was mid. Nestor Cortez is definitely not pitching as good as he pitched last year. Shout out to Nestor Cortez. He's pitching for Team USA, so let's hope he does all right.
Jameson Taillon, he left, the heavy hitter himself.
Yep. Their bullpen, that's their strength of their team. Clay Holmes, he was nice.
They can stay healthy this year.
Yep. Loziga, Michael King's got to bounce back from an injury last year. Wandy Peralta was nice. Lou Trevino fucking stinks donkey dick, but this is to me
moments last year. Come on.
No, Lou Trevino sucks. To me, this is a team that they overperform.
Emotional comment.
Sure. They overperformed last year. Aaron Judge had
they did. Yeah.
Had his best year, contract year. He gets paid now. he's definitely going to take a step back, dude. He's not going to hit 62 home runs next year. He's probably going to hit like 40, maybe less than that. Anthony Rizzo, he's getting older. Giancarlo Stanton, that dude can't stay healthy. Josh Donaldson fucking sucks. This dude hits fucking off the wall and thinks it's a home run. Fucking starts trotting like it's a home run. Fucking dummy. Jose Trevino had a career year last. I mean, this is like, bro, this is a team of Jags, dude. The same thing we saw from the Giants last year is the same thing we're gonna see from the Yankees this year.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. I think they did get better at shortstop, and that's probably the only position. Maybe.
Why'd they get better at shortstop?
Volpe.
Volpe.
It's better than Kinnear Falafel.
You know who's better than Volpe? Grayson or Henderson.
What? Gunnar
Henderson, yeah.
Did you say Grayson? That's not right.
I did say Grayson.
Yeah, that's not that's apples and oranges right now when you're talking about two different teams. But Volpe is going to be a better shortstop than Kinnear Falafel. So
yeah, because IKF is a third baseman that they tried to put at shortstop.
Yeah, and IKF is sitting at third in the depth chart at third base behind Donaldson, LeMahieu.
Well, yeah, the dude was awful last year.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, dude. This Yankees team should have lost to the Guardians last year if it wasn't for a fucking rain out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they wouldn't have won that series. And we're talking about this team completely different, right?
Yeah.
I think it was good that they added Rodon, dude. I think that was a solid addition, right? They get a more consistent pitcher. However, Rodon hasn't been able to stay healthy his entire career. Like last year was the first year he really stayed healthy.
Yep.
You know,
he's 30 Montas out for the whole year.
Yep, and he's 30 years old now. He got paid. You know, who knows? Who knows how it goes? But I'm not high on this Yankees team, bro. This team is not going to be as good as last year.
You're never high on the Yankees, though.
I mean, I'm a realist, dude.
And they've won. We've been so high on Toronto these last 2 years that the Yankees have come in and won.
The Yankees won the division last year. The Rays won the year before that.
Rays won the year before that? Okay. Yep.
So I've been right about the Yankees most of the time.
Shout out to the Blue Jays. Bring it home.
And I talked about the Yankees all last year, bro. I said this team is Fugazi, bro. They're going to lose in the playoffs. They should have lost in the first round.
Yeah.
And they lost in the second round. That second round wasn't even competitive against the Astros, bro. That shit, they might as well have not even showed up. The Yankees suck, dude. I shouldn't say they suck, but they're not that good.
Yeah.
They got Aaron Judge.
They're not World Series contenders like people make them out to be.
Nah, not at all. They aren't even AL contenders. They're not going to win the AL.
True.
There's so many better teams. Like the Astros, the Guardians, the Baltimore Orioles, the Oakland A's. I'm down on the Yankees. So, all right, let's what's our best bets of these division futures?
Give me the over for the Orioles and over for the Blue Jays.
All right, over 76.5 Orioles and Jays 90.5. Ben?
I mean, I like both of those. I'll go under Yanks and I will go under Boston.
Damn, dude. You guys took both mine. I'm going
under Gang. He'll go over Gang. I'll go under Gang.
I'm going to go under 94.5 Yankees. And then I'm going to go over 76.5 Orioles. Yep. I like both of those.
What are the odds to win the division?
Orioles plus 2,500, Red Sox plus 2,000, Rays plus 3,000 or 300. Sorry, Blue Jays plus 220, and Yankees plus 110.
Not great value there.
Nah, there's no. I would take. If anything, I would take Jays Orioles plus 220.
Yeah. Put Jays plus 220 and the Orioles. What was it? Plus 2,500.
Yeah.
So even if you just had your bet there and you win that extra, 20 if you get the Blue Jays, but you win a shit ton of money if you win Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm not sure if
I don't think the Orioles can do it, but that's just the value there.
I put some nice money on the Orioles to win the World Series at the end of last year, which I got a bad number on because it's only gotten worse as the offseason went on. But yeah, I mean, like I could see a scenario where they win a division, but at the same time,
yeah,
I think the Blue Jays are the best team in this division, top to bottom.
Agree.
But the Rays have the best pitching staff, which always scares me. All right. We got anything else?
Who are we doing next week?
NL East.
NL East, okay.
And then we're doing after that, we're doing NL West. And then after that, we're doing Futures. Oh, WBC starts tomorrow. We got Chinese Taipei versus Panama. Chinese Taipei right now, let me pull up the odds. They've moved a little bit. Right, throw some coin on Panama, to be honest. Chinese Taipei minus 180, dude. It's gone from minus 130 to minus 180 in like literally since we started this show.
Wow.
Panama plus 160. The over under total is 8. Under 8 minus 120. Over 8 is even money. Plus 1.5 for Panama minus 125. Minus 1.5 plus 105. To be honest, I only know guys from the Panama team, which is why I'm saying like I might throw a little bit of coin. I don't know any of the dudes from Chinese Taipei. I've never heard of none of them, bro.
Yeah, I mean they're all in the.
I don't know what league they're in, bro. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Did you see their roster?
Who else played tomorrow?
I ain't heard of none of these dudes, dude. That's it. That's all. That's the only game we have tomorrow.
No, I thought it was 2 games tomorrow.
No, you've got Australia, Korea. You've got.
But why? I don't have any odds up. I only see odds for the.
It says Panama plays twice tomorrow.
I only see odds for, and the game starts at 3 a.m. So it starts in like 5 hours.
Yeah, and then Panama plays the Netherlands at 8 p.m.
What the fuck?
Wait, Cuba playing right now versus the Netherlands?
Yeah, Cuba, Netherlands right now.
Where?
FS1.
It's 4-1. Netherlands up 4-1.
Which is surprising.
What the fuck? They're early, dude. Netherlands are beating
4-2 now. Dude, the Dominican Republic starting lineup. Holy shit! I would bet the over on every single game that they play. Julio, Juan Soto, Machado, Devers, Hernandez, Franco, Jimenez, Adames, and Sanchez.
Oh shit! This game is on, bro.
Yeah, top of the 7th.
What are we doing?
When you stay at a Verbo, the host.
We should be watching all these games live. So what do we think about Chinese Taipei minus 180? I think there's some value on Panama plus 160. Like really, I don't know dude, I don't know any of these guys on this Chinese Taipei team. I at least know guys on the Panama team.
Well, yeah, but that's because they play in the Korean League and they play in the Japanese League. Like,
Panama got players that play in the best league in the world in Major League Baseball. I know a handful of these guys.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not Vegas, so I can't.
I'm going to take the dog. I think the lines moved too much.
Game started at 8 o'clock.
That's crazy. We'll definitely be back. We'll talk more about WBC as we get into some of the other games. Japan, US.
And Chinese Taipei has lost their last 5 games. I mean, granted, it was 2017, 2013, but Panama has not played in any WBC tournaments.
Yeah, but they got guys on Major League rosters on Panama's team.
I I'm just giving out a stat. Comment.
I know. I feel you. I feel you. I'm just saying. All right. We have any best bets for tomorrow, fellas?
Let's see. I think it's a slow day tomorrow for NHL. Yeah, NHL only has 3 games. I'd bet the under on the Blackhawks and the Red Wings game.
But they scored 7 goals last time they played.
I would also, both defenses suck, but Blackhawks don't have as much firepower anymore. I would also bet the under on the Ducks Canucks because all 4 of them fucking suck.
Dude, the Ducks put up like 6 goals today against the Blues.
Didn't they still lose though? No, the Coyotes put up 6 goals.
Oh, that was the Coyotes. My bad.
But both of them give up almost 4 goals a game, so I wouldn't bet that under.
Canucks, Ducks, last time they played in November, there was 13 goals.
I like New Mexico tomorrow, -7 against Wyoming. New Mexico absolutely needs to fucking win, so it's like a must-win game for them. So I like that there. As far as that, not really feeling any of the lines tomorrow, dude. They came out pretty early today, and I didn't get to any of them. They've moved a lot, so I'm waiting to see the market balance on them and get to them. So follow me on Twitter at Jordan Willis TSP. I'll get some best bets out there, but as of right now, I really only like New Mexico. Thank y'all for joining us. Hopefully, we gave y'all some good information, some good entertainment. We'll be back next week. We'll be back Sunday. We'll be talking, recapping the weekend sports. We'll be talking some WBC. We'll be talking some NFL news. We'll be talking NBA, NHL, college hoops as we get into the NCAA tournament. Again, from Swerving Everyone Washington, Mr. Big Ball, and Ben Larson, I'm Jordan Stacks on Stacks on Stacks Lats. Make sure to go to Tavour.com or download the Tavour app straight to your mobile device. Use promo code TAPROOM for $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. That's craft beer delivered straight to your front door. Let's get this money. Y'all have a beautiful Wednesday and a great end to your week. We appreciate y'all. Please follow us on YouTube. Subscribe so we can get a YouTube domain. Get this shit popping. We appreciate y'all. Peace.